Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, let's cover a concept called proxy or proxy server, right? Proxy server. So as the name suggests, or in literal terms, proxy is nothing but we have someone on behalf of us to get the job done, right? So in colleges and all, we used to do proxy where we ask our friends to put attendance for us, even though we are not in the classrooms, right? So something similar to that, right? So we have our PC or laptop and we want a computer in the internet to hit. Can be, say, Netflix, right? So instead of you hitting the Netflix computer directly, you configure a proxy server and let your PC know that, hey, send all the communication to proxy server, and proxy server will make sure that it will hit whatever you want to hit in the internet and give the response back to you. So you will send, give me the latest your regional movie, and your proxy server, hey, that is good. So it will go and ask Netflix for the regional movie. Netflix will give to this. So for Netflix, it won't know that your PC is asking for the movie. According to Netflix, this proxy computer is asking for that movie, and this proxy server can give it to you back. Right? It's quite simple. Just having another computer in between before your traffic goes to internet, right? So usually, as I mentioned, your PC in the internet is called as a client, while other computers which are serving your request is called as a server. This is called as a Netflix server, right? So now why do we do this, right? So the first reason is hide client IP. So we know every computer in the internet has a logical address to it based on which it is identified. So similarly, your PC will have an IP address, your proxy server will have a IP address. So now you want to hide your personal computer or the router sitting in between. So we saw in the public IP private video as well, where all your private devices like your PC or phone and whichever is it, they have private IP addresses, and you all connect to a Wi-Fi router, and Wi-Fi router only will send the data to the internet. Here the Wi-Fi router will be here, so it will all get all the data from your home devices, and it will hit the proxy server, and it will go to Netflix server, and it will come back as well. So if you want to hide your personal computer's IP address, or if you want to hide the Wi-Fi router's IP address, why would you want to do that, right? So why do you want to hide the client IP? Say you are, instead of Netflix, if you are searching something very sensitive, for example, you are doing a very big research for your new company, and then you are collecting information from a lot of different websites. So you don't want anyone, even the news channel or wherever you are researching, to know who is collecting all this data, so that you can keep your research confidential. So for them, they should not know who is asking for that data, right? It can be useful where you are searching for some sensitive information, but you don't want that person, here the Netflix or some news channel, to know that you are the one requesting that. So you have a proxy server, so they will think that some proxy server is requesting, right? Second is parental or employee controls. So, have you seen in your colleges, right? They would have blocked YouTube.com, or they would have blocked some gambling websites, right? How they do that is that, and in our homes, we always have parental controls if we are having kids. Say, hey, Netflix should not play more than 1 hour and it should not play after 9 p.m. So, how we do that is, say, instead of PC, we can assume this as this is our Wi-Fi router, and you have a lot of devices, your kid's laptop, your mobile phone, your dad's personal computer, and everything. So now everything needs to come through Wi-Fi router, and you configure the Wi-Fi router to use a proxy server. And in the proxy server, you go and define the rules. Hey, no Netflix. Rule number 1, no Netflix after 9 p.m. Rule number 2, no Netflix more than 1 hour, right? And in the colleges, they will go and add no gambling websites, right? In your employee, say if you are in a company and in the employee, they will say that, hey, no access to maybe any country's website where the traffic should not go because of some legal reasons, right? So those things they configure here so that whatever traffic that comes that is configured to hit the proxy server, it will block it here and it won't allow to go to the internet. So your kid can try anything from his mobile device, his or her mobile device, but after 1 hour, this will stop rejecting, it will start rejecting requests to netflix.com. So this is a very important use case. And the third one is geo restrictions. So what this does is, so you can configure this proxy server to be in a UK from India. So your Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi router and everything is in India, but you somehow have access to a proxy server in the UK, which will accept your request and get the data from, say, BBC. And then it can give back the data to you. So BBC, we everyone know that it is a British broadcast channel which is supposed to be played only within UK. But then you want to see Wimbledon and then you have a proxy server configured there. So you go to the proxy server and the proxy server gets the tennis match for you and streams it back to you. So this is how the public proxies and all work. We used to watch football and those things, right? So this is how it has worked. But again, on that side as well, if we are doing something not planned or not straightforward, they will also monitor that, hey, this proxy server is keep on getting tennis streaming from me. Let me confirm if it is an actual device in the UK or it is being used as a proxy server. So they will be monitoring on their side as well. So yeah, this is another use case of proxy server where you want to access content beyond geo restriction, right? This is one way to do it, right? So now let's go to another similar concept or the same concept in the reverse direction, right? So on the reverse direction, it is called as a reverse proxy. So as the name suggests, now it is the turn of protecting the server, right? So now we have a, say for example, a Google server, right? Right, Google server, and then it will serve, obviously it can serve YouTube request, for example, right? So a lot of people are sending access to the YouTube. So you are requesting some video, someone is requesting a video, someone is requesting a video. So Google might configure a computer here called as a reverse proxy server. Right, which will get all the requests from the internet, and this will be the guy who will hit the actual Google's computer, which will send you back the YouTube videos, right? So it will not send you directly, it will send you to the proxy server, reverse proxy server, and it will send to all the device here in the internet. So this is pretty much the same thing, but instead of hiding the client, here you are hiding the Google server. So what is the first thing? You will not know the server's IP. Hide or protect server IP. So the second one is routing requests. So what do I mean by routing requests? Say for example, Google's computer has two servers. One to send back YouTube videos, and another one is Nano Banana. Nano Banana. What is Nano Banana? We probably might have used it already. So in Gemini, the model to create images is Nano Banana. So Gemini is a Google version of ChatGPT, to put it simply. So Nano Banana is their model which creates the image. I haven't read about it, but whenever I try to create an image, Gemini says that loading Nano Banana. So I'm assuming that that is the name of the model that generates images. So now a lot of requests are coming in. So the Google's computer has both these services. So Google will configure in the reverse proxy saying that, hey, if someone wants to generate an image, send it to this guy. He knows it well. Someone wants to get some videos from the YouTube site, send it to this person, right? She can handle it well, right? So these kind of routing request rules, they can configure it here. So the third one is load balancing. So within the same server or within multiple servers, if they have more YouTube computers, because nowadays we are hitting the AI generator for images like a lot, right? Say if YouTube is also being used a lot. So what happens? So usually there will be multiple computers or multiple servers, mini servers, you can have it like multiple services of YouTube serving your request. So when the first person asks for it, reverse proxy will send it to this guy. Second one, when another request comes in, it will route it to this guy, just to make sure that not the one service is being overloaded a lot and everyone is having a share load. So those kind of logic also, it can go to the reverse proxy. So that is called as a load balancing. It's straightforward. We are balancing the load. So fourth one is rate limiting. So as the name suggests, this is also to protect the server. Nowadays, we know we are kind of exploiting the image creation of AI. Even though we don't want any images to be created, we try to test if Nano Banana is working good, right? So they need to make sure that we don't break their service, right? So they will implement rules here saying that, hey, for a particular user, only 10 images per day. Of course, you can pay to get more, I think, but for a free user, 10 images per day. After that, if you send a request, it will send you back saying that, hey, image generation limit for the day has been ended. Please try after 5 hours, for example, right? Those kind of rules can also be set at the reverse proxy server. So these are the main use cases that are used in the industry to have a reverse proxy, so that they can configure these things on one place and have their servers behind it. So one another thing which is rarely used as well is to have cache static content. I don't know how much it is used on the reverse proxy uh, way, or using the reverse proxy concept. This is, say for example, some video got trending in YouTube, and instead of asking every time, okay, whenever say millions of users are going to ask it, so every time when the reverse proxy has to find one of the service that is handling that, and then it needs to send it back. So instead what they will do is they take that trending video and put it in this server itself, so that these calls are reduced for the millions of users or millions of times. So whenever someone asks it, this can keep on sending that trending video, because it is pretty straightforward that people are going to keep on asking it for, say, next week or something. So instead of keeping it here and here, so they will cache it over here. Caching is to have a like a local super fast memory, right? So they will cache it here so that this can directly serve it instead of going and hitting the YouTube service at all. Yeah, that is pretty much it with proxy and reverse proxy server. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's meet in another video. Thank you. Bye.